Young environmental journalists have marched the streets of Accra to raise awareness on climate change. The journalists are demanding government commits to building a fossil fuel-free Ghana while putting in efforts to achieve a 10% renewable energy mix by 2030.
In Ghana, the effect of climate change has become evident in the changes in the rainfall pattern and very warm temperatures. Around the world, there is a realization to do something to combat the dire consequences of climate change by reducing carbon emission. That is why 350 Ghana, a non-profit organization against climate change, joined forces with international movement Africa VUCA to demand action.
Climate change is something that is affecting all of us. So for this reason, we are inviting young communicators to educate them on the need to promote the renewable energy agenda as one key way of fighting climate change. So our main agenda is to encourage government to take measures that will lead to carbon reduction.
The march is part of activities to observe anti-climate change campaigns on the 24th and 25th of May each year. Other activities for the day included training some 50 young journalists to use social media as a tool for climate change reporting and advocacy.
We are in the 21st century where most young people are on social media. As I made known in my presentation, about 10 million Ghanaians who are using the internet, about 6 million of them are on social media. That means whatever you promote on social media goes far than even on the traditional media. So if as young communicators, they make it a point or they decide they are going to use social media, the impact will be very huge. Our president is on social media, our ministers are on social media, our parliamentarians, they are all on social media. So if we make it a point that we are going to use social media to connect to other people who know less about renewable or climate change and also ask more from our politicians, I believe they will hear it even more louder.
The trainees drawn from the Ghana Institute of Journalism commended the initiative.
Come to learn from the presentations and how we can also use social media to help create awareness about this whole climate action and all that. And I think as a youth, as young communicators, we have to really use this opportunity very well, because one of the presenters made a comment, and it's very true, that this whole thing will come a long way to affect us, because by then he will be dead, but we will still be here. So if we take this thing, we act now and then protect our environment and all that, it will live up to benefit us.
We are looking at climate change and renewable energy in our social environments, okay? And to me personally, I think it's something that we need to really look at. We need to enforce our legislation. We need to push hard, to advocate hard for these kind of things to be included in our legislation to our laws, because we are looking at the future aspects, okay? Even if you can see the adverse effect now, let's look at 100 years to come, 200 years to come, or 20 years to come. We'll be seeing actually the real effects of these things.